What's happening, EMAC team? Master Will Schneider here. Funny bloopers video, confession. I got saved by a karate family. You may hear some commentary from the peanut gallery over here. So, we left a great tournament, had a great time. Shout out to Master Phil Clark and everybody for hosting us. Shout out to everybody. That was cool. A lot of help to set up, a lot of help to tear down. So shout out to everybody. His lovely wife, everybody. So anyway, we're on the road. We're in Ashland. I see we're about 84 miles in a gallon, maybe 90. Let's call it 90. Might not have been 84. Might have been. Anyway, so we're thinking, all right, I'll get to Moorhead. I'll fill up. Pulling the trailer, right? So I get to Olive Hill, and I'm thinking, yeah, we're down like 54. Thinking, all right, no problem. I mean, getting on the Moorhead shouldn't be that big a deal. I ran out of gas. So, luckily the weather's great. And when this truck says 0, it means 0. No extra.
None whatsoever.
So then, I say, okay, we get literally to the Moorhead exit. All right, like we can see McDonald's and the gas station and all that. So we ran out of gas.
He ran out of gas.
I ran out of gas. So I'm there, and of course, getting nice, support here from my volunteer friend. So he says, man, there's no way you're going to be able to push that truck. I said, uh-huh.
He pushed it. Downhill in a hurricane, but he pushed it.
Oh, about that, but I don't know about anyway. So then with the trailer, there it is, and the truck, I did push it for a good football field or so, something like that.
More like 40 yards.
Probably 2 football fields actually.
Next, he's going to tell you I had the brake on.
So let's talk about that. So then I did push it for a while, probably about 3 football fields to be exact. I mean, if I'm being honest, more like 3. So then, it finally can't push it anymore. I see the gas station. Anyway, I look, and we had a good Samaritan and a pickup truck's like, hey, what help do you need? I was like, man, I just gotta get some gas. So he's like, hey, come on. So I jumped in this truck. As soon as I get in, I see a white belt in the back seat.
Good old karate family.
True story. White belt in the back seat. And I'm like, wait a minute. I says, y'all do karate? She says, and it's a husband, wife, their kid. And she said, no, our nephew does. So I was like, Virgil Davis? Because I'm right here in Moorhead. They're like, yeah. I said, Virgil Davis is a good friend of mine. So anyway, we go up to the gas station. I buy the gas can, gas jug, fill it up, all that good stuff. They were waiting patiently. I ran in and out, and they said, hey, take your time, no hurry. I was like, man, I'm already embarrassed enough. So then, fill it up, we finally figured out how to put it in the tank.
Yeah, that's a whole nother experience with these new gas cans.
Yeah, true story. So we filled it up and took it up the road. Got filled up. They waited on me too to make sure I was fine too. Nicest people on the planet. So then I gave my card and I said, listen, you tell that nephew that if he wants to, I never met the nephew, by the way. I said, you tell that nephew if he wants to compete in karate tournaments the rest of the year with EMAC, it's on me. And they said, all right. And so then I get in the truck.
Got back in the truck, had a little bit of gas.
Got the gas. I got a little bit of gas. Come back in the truck, parking brake was on.
Lies. All lies.
True story. Parking brake was on. I got a feeling my volunteer friend had the parking brake on when I was pushing this thing. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
No way. Yeah, that's about as great as a story as those 3 football fields.
So, yeah, I turned the parking brake off, and off we went. So, we are on our way back to Lexington, and I'm sure we'll get dinner somewhere good. For some reason, I have some gasoline smell in my pants. I don't know why. But yeah, so we had a good time, and we're on our way. We got saved. I got saved by a karate family.
True story.
True story. And it was 4 football fields, by the way. All right, Master S out.